This is the last one. If you haven't seen the other ones, they're on YouTube now. You can watch them. So tonight we're going to talk about Serenity and Howling Gale Gaming. And in the podcast, we'll just talk about each role, how we think players stack up against each other. Then we'll talk about both the teams as a whole. And then at the end, we'll do predictions for the final. And just as a reminder, it is tomorrow at 8 EST. Do you know which channel will be on, Joe? Do you decide that tomorrow or?
No, it'll be on Risen 2.
Okay, so it'll be on Risen 2, 8 EST tomorrow. So before we start, we'll just do introductions really quick.
I'm itzgbaby, captain and top laner and jungler for Randojoe Gaming.
I'm Joe, coach of RMTE.
I'm Sesso. I'm the meatball in the top lane for Serenity.
I'm Sneezes. I'm the coach of Casual Banter Riftwalkers. Though we've rebranded to Lifeline, I don't know if that matters.
Lifeline. Oh, I like that.
I like that name.
It sounds way better, yeah. I wanted something more
Inspired by-
positive. We had a rough split. We had a rough end of the season. There was some internal drama. We reset. We rebuilt the roster, and I wanted something that sounded like helping people out. So we went with Lifeline.
Oh, I like
And
that.
and can we get a moment of silence for our fallen friend Sabe, who's not here
Oh
with
yeah,
us?
Sabe's not here for some reason. I'm not
Pour
sure
one
what
out.
it is. Yeah, so just, maybe he'll show up. Maybe he'll pop in. So we'll start with top lane. So top lane for Serenity is it Sesso or Sesso?
It's whatever you want to call me. I really am not.
All right, I'll just say Sesso because I'll probably forget to say it another way if it's.
It's
So
however.
Says so.
So top lane for Serenity is Sesso, and then top lane for Howling Gale is Ajax Action. So in this lane, I don't know if you guys have, well, I mean, one of the players is here, but do we know if these players are tank players or if they're like carry players? In either scenario, who do we think is going to be winning the 1v1 up there, or is it more of just like a farm lane and them helping out their team in team fights?
So Sessa, you can corroborate this. You played what? Urgot, Com Kench, and
Kench.
Renekton in your 3 semifinals, right?
That was the semifinal lineup, yeah.
I like the pool. I'll be honest, there's kind of a meme about Hecarim in my mind because it's or not, geez, Hecarim. I'm
I was
sorry,
like,
I'm losing my mind.
Renekton?
Top
Yeah,
Hecarim.
Renekton. Renekton is like a win lane lose game champion, and if he doesn't do that, it's a little concerning. I don't know if you're planning on pulling that out or not. It was kind of the only thing that stood out to me, really, when I looked over all the champ picks. I think you guys have a similar-ish playstyle, though you seem a little more hyphy when I look at all the statistics. Like, I feel like you're going to be the kind of guy to go for kills in lane, say, oh, I'm getting ganked, well, I might as well just get a kill and die instead of backing off, or
I'm
try to
gonna
turn a
be-
bad situation into a good situation.
I'm gonna be 100% candid right here. Game 1, they are banning Bang's Braum, Moon's Vlad, and they're going to ban. I'm gonna guess BLS is either his Lee Sin, which is stupid because he doesn't play that,
No
or
one's
his.
gonna ban Lee Sin.
We are going to choose blue side. We are going to first pick Alawi, and I am going to wreck him.
Extra
Ooh.
spicy. I love it.
Be
Dude.
Alawi, Bo.
Now you're giving away strats live.
I am
I
not
love it.
giving away strats. I am doing charity work.
Amazing.
Oh no.
So yeah,
Honestly,
if that's your playstyle, if the perfect 2v1 champion is definitely Alawi, go
Yeah.
for it.
if
I
you
don't
did
Now
that
the
last,
Boros.
I would
Now
have
the
been so
Boros
baffled.
less.
You're
But I gotta
baffled by
say,
what?
If
I
that
saw
happened.
that Jack's action. I think he played a game of Poppy, and Poppy matches up pretty poorly against Alawi. But I think it's like this ubiquitous tank in the meta right now, and it's pretty strong against a lot of things. So I'm also
Poppy's
a
a
huge,
champ is
huge
so
Poppy
good.
fan.
The
This
champ
guy's
is actually so great in competitive play.
It feels really good to play, and your teammates feel like you make a big impact when you knock someone out of a fight.
until you knock someone out of a fight, right, and the rest of your team.
Or someone they're about to kill, and they're like, why?
Yeah, you save people. That happens a ton.
all the time.
Well,
I'm a proud owner of the Hextech Poppy skin.
Itchy, what kind
Full
of champs
disclosure.
does Ajax play?
Ajax plays whatever we need him to play.
Okay, so he'll be like a tank player or.
Be a tank player, he'll be a carry. So
I saw a
for
lot of Rumble when I was like
yeah,
some Rumble when I was looking through. I was like, oh okay.
yeah, he wanted the other team only played
Actually,
Rumble,
I'm gonna.
and we took him away from him
I'm just gonna write
and
that
put it on
down.
Ajax, and
'Cause I like the
he,
Rumble.
yeah, he literally just boomed the other top laner. So it doesn't matter what Sesso's plays because he just loses lane because Ajax plays what we need him to play.
Well, what kind? So what are like one or two signature picks? Even though he plays everything.
If we want him on a tank, his signature pick will be the Shin.
Oh, okay.
His Shin ultimates are just right when we need them. But
Your gut.
oh, you can bring the Urgot. We don't care. You won't make it to late game. So like if we want him to play a mage, then we put him on Rumble, and he just burns anyone that comes in his way. So it really doesn't matter in our top lane. We're pretty confident Ajax can lose lane, and he'll just come out and team fight.
Well,
I mean, team fight has been our biggest strength for a long time.
yeah, I was gonna say you guys are also good at team fighting.
This is true.
I think both
We
teams
have
are
had
pretty good at team.
consistent problems where we just make it harder on ourselves to win, and we still win anyways.
Well, Sesso, what two champs do you play, or like what are champs that get banned against you, or you just feel you're good
Renekton's
at?
been a ban.
Okay.
Malphite's been a ban. Urgot's been a
Malphite.
Yep, Malphite.
Oh, I like the Malphite. I feel like I never see people play Malphite.
I mean,
From banning against him last week, I didn't want to see Malphite.
You're like, no, not on my ADC.
Nuh-uh.
Please.
I really like the game 4 comp from HGG here.
Of last week?
Yeah.
Oh, let me go take a look.
Hecarim, Xayah, Morgana, Zillion, Poppy. I'm assuming it's a Zillion mid, but it could be a Zillion support as well, I guess. Morgan Zillion are kind of ubiquitous here. They have the same condition if they're mid, it's push the lane and prevent roams. But I like the combination of speed ups and the black shield with Hecarim. And then you have a self-peeling ADC and then, hard peel with Poppy. It's a really nice composition. I really like what you guys did there.
Thank you.
Well, and looking at these top laners, I mean, there are some differences, but I mean, like, mostly similar. Sesso has a little more damage.
It's going to come down to style, I think.
Yeah, like gold is pretty even.
I mean, I'm almost 100 gold above him per minute.
True.
I'm almost 200 damage per minute above him.
He seems more conservative. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, I was gonna say
he's dying less and killing
He
less.
does seem more conservative.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
He's dying less and killing less, so it makes sense that you're dealing more damage and getting more gold. So, maybe that's something to think about going into the match. Like, hey, this guy plays for a certain point in the game, or he plays around certain items, or he plays around his certain teammates' power spikes. And maybe you just want to go hard and just lane really aggressively against him. That might be. It looks like a style thing, though, to me.
I will challenge you. Oh, sorry, you can keep going.
No, you're good.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna challenge you, Sesso, to have the best vision score you've ever had in the finals. Because I'm just gonna say this is the biggest difference probably.
If you want to,
so I'm challenging.
The secret to vision score is
to have
zombie
your best
Place your
vision,
words.
to have your best
zombie
vision score.
ward.
Yeah, zombie
Maybe
wards is a
zombie
really
ward.
big power with that, and I don't normally take zombie wards because I've been
Yeah,
taking
top laners shouldn't take zombie
precision.
ward. I'm really
No, you don't have.
trolling
You don't have
that.
to take zombie ward, but just like try and beat your vision score. And Bane.
I think Ajax is just the support.
Kiyora's like he's watching.
I mean, we don't need wards if we're just that deep in their head.
True.
You don't need vision on the map if you can see everything they're thinking.
Do we think junglers are coming to this lane? Do we think this is a lane where they're getting people ahead, or is this just like a 1v1 lane?
Hell no.
Is going to ignore my lane, and
so we already
I'm
know.
going to get camped, and I'm still going to win.
VLS is going to ignore
What do you mean if you watch any of our bots? Because we probably have one of the most bots up there right now. Our top laner barely gets any attention from the jungle.
So this
like
is
he is on an island. Like it's just like, hey, be on your own, don't feed.
So we're gonna know who wins then. This will just be pure 1v1. We'll know who
It's not
the
fair if Sesso's gonna have Alawi every game.
That's true. We'll know who the better top laner that game was at the end of the series. Well, let's
Yeah, all I gotta say is better top wins. So whoever wins the series is the
better
better top.
1v1 top lane. I've never seen
True.
Kira buy a pink. Okay, well we'll see.
When the enemy
We'll
team
see
gets
how
4
what
Drakes
Kira's vision score is.
and then roams 4 people top, it just means that that top was better.
Exactly.
Alright, well let's move on to jungle since we're talking ganks. So for Serenity we have boosted Lee Sin, and then for Hal and Gil we have real Madru. So between these two players, are these junglers that are ganking early and like making laners' lives a hell while they're trying to CS pre 15 minutes? Are they junglers that are like looking more to team fight later on and have an impact that way? And yes, I think this is
BLS is
like
a
this. I
KDA
think this
player.
is the best KD I've ever
He's
seen
a
on this
KDA player.
podcast.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
dude.
say that right now.
Oh
Pretty
my
sure this is
God.
like the best.
Impact.
This has got to be the best one
They
I've seen.
It's the lack of depth. It's
It
the
is. He
They
like just
BLS
doesn't die.
KDA player, but he is so greedy.
He
He's
is
He
great.
is-
He is
oh
actually
my
greedy. I don't know
God.
how he doesn't die more. How
just
greedy he is. It kind of baffles me.
Half of my early game talking with RMTE is telling them to punish his invades because he invades literally every buff and goes for Rift Herald aggressively and goes for Dragon aggressively. I think he gave up two. No, there was one game he gave up a Rift Herald, a Dragon, and died for a blue buff
I
because of
legitimately,
doing them so aggressively and without vision.
I legitimately
It was
watched
really
your
bad.
entire VOD, Joe. I watched your entire VOD and I listened to everything you said, and I told him that exact thing.
Joe is coaching Serenity by proxy.
Apparently, I'm coaching PLS now. So you hear
Yeah.
all the stuff I said about how greedy it was. Because I mean,
That's
it
charity
was
work
true.
right there. That's UNICEF.
But so boosted is a guy who will just invade no matter what. Like that's the kind of jungler he is early game.
He doesn't gank.
He doesn't gank. Okay.
No, period.
Does Madru?
How's he have 86 kills?
Does
He
Madru
killed the
or
enemy jungler 86
He played
times.
like most of the season, right?
he played?
Yeah,
I think
he
most of
played
the-
17 games. Our jungler only played 6.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
played a lot. And if he
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
playing in
So
Premade, I
volume
think he might have
stats
been also an open.
are not to
maybe
be
an open.
compared. That's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly.
Volume
He's
stats
level
aren't
more
fair.
games.
I will say
But
that
he
sometimes
still died more. The deaths are what's concerning. And
Well,
so
I mean,
here's the thing. Let's
it's
say
given.
Well, and sometimes it's G. You play jungle sometimes too, right? I didn't include
Yeah,
you,
I
but
play jungle
you
sometimes
do
too.
play jungle as well.
the meta is really interesting for junglers right now. I think there's a lot of potential for spicy picks. And it's weird, like with the scuttle crab changes. You know, when they moved the scuttle timer back, it shifted the focus of the camps from the scuttle crabs to like the red buff side of the jungle. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like there's like tricycle wheels or like there's like training wheels for a bike in the jungle. Like anybody can jungle in this meta. You just do all your red side camps and then you're level 3. Like I don't know. I hate the pathing honestly.
Red
There's
side
there's
camps
and
are
there's some
broken.
interesting pathing you can do. Like you can blue start and then just like do a reverse clear where you like run like raptors, golems, and then red, and then you gank with your red buff. But like, or you can start, do the red side. You can do a delayed invade. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do, but I found that fighting around the scuttle was more interesting, personally, as like a jungle player and like trying to coach these guys and telling people like, here's what you should be prioritizing. Now it's just like a chart, and you can kind of predict jungle pathing based on it. The better jungler of this game will be the one who does something that's not expected.
Okay.
That's just my take.
Does Merju do unexpected things? Because it does seem like Boosted kind of does the same thing every like series.
Yeah.
It's true. He does.
So
He really
Madru,
does.
But
like
I don't know if Madru does. I don't know if he like changes it up or if it's like the same
Madru
stuff.
hates the jungle. Like he's good, but he hates it.
Is he not a jungler?
That's
Six
every
there.
jungle player, dude. Yeah, that's a
He's
sign of a
he's
jungle
super
main.
good in the jungle. He's originally ADC, and then like we needed a better jungler, and he was the guy that we went to. But like his ability to think of where the enemy laner is going to be and what the jungle pattern is really good. And then he can affect the game on any champion that he almost plays. So he'll play a tank if he needs to. But if we put him on a carry, he can carry like 100%.
The
Okay.
S tier picks in this meta are Sejuani and Hecarim.
Well, so
And Jarvan.
so
Yeah,
Boosted
Jarvan is good.
we all know
Yeah,
Boosted plays Sejuani, like classic snoozer pick 4 Boosted. What else? What other champ does he play? Not Lee Sin. We're not counting Lee Sin because it's in his
He
name.
doesn't.
Does he play Jarvan? I
Yes.
think I've seen him play
Jarvan.
Jarvan.
BLS will play anything.
He's
Elise
played
is
4
decent right
champions
now.
this season.
Yeah, because we
Just
but
so you know.
but he'll
He's
play
oh wait, no,
anything.
not 4. Sorry.
because we
but he'll
don't
do it.
need
But
to
he'll
put
do
on
it.
anything else.
You know who's
Yeah,
kind of
that's true.
sneakily
He's played
coming
6
back?
champions across the season.
Zach is kind of sneakily coming back into the meta. I don't think he'll get picked up by LCS teams, but him and like Poppy could be a really dirty front line with some really interesting engages.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see that. What does Maju play in the jungle?
Heckram.
Hakram. All right. Classic power pick.
Yeah,
Classic first pick. Anything else besides Hakram?
Sejuani.
Okay, so the Sejuani could be a pick away
Sedge
for both
Pride.
teams.
Got a good read
Sedge
on the meta.
Pride.
My favorite thing.
Madru's got a good read on the meta.
That's
The
true.
cool thing about Sejuani is that with Aftershock and her passive, you can actually 1v1 almost any other jungler at level 3.
That
And
is
no
not
one
cool.
realizes
It's
that you
not
can.
okay.
It's super unfair.
Stop
but
abusing Sejuani. Sejuani
it's true.
players.
Trundle is sleeper.
One thing I think we'll start to
Trundle
notice.
is super sleeper. That's so true.
So
I mean, nobody's even talking about the fact that I'm pretty sure BLS's Trundle KDA is over 20.
I think his Trundle might actually be
I
better
can't
than his
confirm
Sejuani.
that, but I'm gonna believe you when you say. I mean, I could confirm it, but it would take too long to
I
do.
believe his
I'd have to look through all
KDA
the matches.
in the one match that I remember was like 30.
Where did he go last week on Trundle?
I don't remember, but he
Does
did.
he use the supportive build or does he play like the
Any-
weird?
I don't think he goes supportive.
Does he go like
Let me check.
Tiamat?
He
Tank?
No, he does go supportive actually. He went
Looks like
5-1-9
Knights-
last week. He went Cinderhulk, he had Redemption as Zeke sailed, and an Adaptive Helm.
Oh, he doesn't go supportive with the redemption. No,
Knights
that's
had
actually
Redemption. Oh my
it's
god.
nutty.
I think that might
don't
have
know if
been.
I
I didn't
love
even
it.
notice that.
It's like the old meme. Like I don't like the redemption. I love the redemption. Like just
Oh, come
I don't
on.
like it. I love it.
I think that might have been his first death on Trundle in the jungle last week.
I believe it. He had
That's
it at
super
23
nutty.
minutes too. He went Cinderhulk into Zeke's into Redemption.
So Kira says no one in our team wards, and you will start to see this trend with Serenity. That's like the first thing I noticed is the vision difference between both teams.
It's
But Kira confirms. He
yeah,
said no one in our
that's
team wards.
pretty low.
Deal with it.
You don't need wards when you're just gonna out rotate and out.
You don't need
team
wards
fight.
if you're just winning, right?
That's
Exactly.
true. That's true. Yeah.
So it seems like here Boosted has a pretty
Just look at the.
he just does the same
look
thing
at
every
the
game.
But it works.
But it works. But I guess we'll see if like Maju can take advantage of that. I'm guessing Maju
Well,
ganks a
go
lot 'cause
watch
he's
a
playing
VOD,
Hakram.
figure out what he does, and then just deal with it. Yeah.
Does,
Watch the VOD and listen to me flame him.
does Maju gank a lot, itzgbaby? I'm guessing. I mean, he plays Hakram, so I'm guessing he's
Yeah,
ganking
so
his lanes.
he ganks a lot.
Okay.
He likes to make pressure on the map.
Okay. So I mean, it'd be interesting to see how I guess Serenity or Boosted deals with that if he's trying to invade and his lanes are getting ganked by a Hakram. Not fun.
How the two styles match up.
Yeah. Well, let's move to mid. So for Serenity, we have Moon Royal, and for I'm gonna mess this up so hard. For HCG, we have Kuvira of Dialia. Don't know if I said that right.
Hey, that's good enough.
Dialia.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. So in this lane, who do we think without jungle pressure first is like winning 1v1, and is there one mid that is affecting the map more than the other?
Now I'm curious about the style of player. Right? Is
Yeah.
anybody like an assassin player? You know, like a
Moon
month
is
ago,
definitely
maybe
not an
3 or
assassin
4
player.
months ago, or 3 or 4 weeks ago, we had like a really defined meta around the solo lanes with like certain picks, like Irelia, Akali, Silas. Some of those have fallen off because of nerfs, and I think mid lane especially is a lot more open than it was. So I'm wondering like, what are the strengths of these players from a champion pool perspective and like a style perspective, and then now they have the opportunity to actually do that because you don't just have to pick Silas every game because he's fucking giga overtuned.
I mean, Moon has never been a Silas player.
Isn't Moon pretty safe when he plays mid lane? Is he kind of
Yeah.
it's like a safe, just kind of farm.
2.0 kill to death is pretty safe.
He just
Yeah.
plays like he plays like Lissandra, Ari, if I'm remembering correctly.
Vlad.
Vlad. But then Kuvira last week, when I watched the stream, I was like, this
Oh
guy's playing
man.
every mid lane champ that I hate to play against. He's like, I'm playing Vel'Koz and I'm gonna play Xerath. And
You don't hate to play against Vlad? I hate playing against
I mean, I
Vlad.
do, but I also hate Xerath
I'd rather play
so
against two
much.
Vel'Kozes at once than a Vlad. Holy shit.
I mean,
No.
Vlad's gonna
I
be
know,
a-
I'm being hyperbolistic.
Oh.
Right?
it's
I'm
not like
obviously
Vlad's gonna be
two
pickable.
Vel'Kozes would be so disgusting.
Two causes is like laning against Silver Belt cause bot lane, and it's actually cancer.
Yeah.
There's not a chance that that we have a Vlad in this because they're gonna ban it out from Moon every match.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
too.
It's
Especially in the
a good
final
ban.
scenario. You don't want that dude to just jump your whole team and then you just sit there like gray screened. Like
Yeah.
fuck that.
Yeah.
I would ban
We-
Vlad
we
in that scenario too.
I mean, what is 'cause I mean, I've seen Moon. I know that I think people know his playstyle. What is Kuvira's playstyle mid lane?
He's probably like probably the most smartest and brightest guy talking about like championship styles than anyone on the team. Um, he knows like if he gets the counter pick, he can play assassin like he did last stream on Fizz, or
Okay.
he'll
Oh yeah,
play
he
a
did play
control mage.
Fizz. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, he'll
They
play a
both play
control
Fizz.
mage and just dominate you from the back and just poke you out.
Is
But the
he
biggest thing is like
Vizier
he's
or
super good on
Brand?
his map rotation, so he'll be able to make plays in other lanes before the enemy mid laner can even move. So he can play aggressive, and when he wants to play passive because he needs to, he plays passive. So like you can gank him all you want, but at the end of the day, he still wins lane.
I mean, we
This
just
guy
went over
sounds
how
like a
BLS
Twisted
doesn't.
Fate player to me.
Oh yeah, BLS is not gonna gank and it's gonna hurt him.
Well, so Moon. I mean, we know Moon is like pretty safe. Are there times where he is okay with being aggressive, or is his style usually just kind of like farm?
I mean,
Unlike
Moon's just whatever we need.
okay.
Legitimately, our whole team, I cannot think of one person where it's like, oh, just ban these two champions, play an aggressive champion against them, and you win. We don't have any massive weak point where it's like, oh, you just do this one little thing and there's no chance to win.
Yeah, and both teams are in the finals. That makes sense.
I mean, and Moon has Lysandra, so you can't like if they wouldn't be
When
aggressive, you can just play like he'll just pick Lysandra and
when you can play
It's
Lysandra
easy.
after she received like 5 nerfs, like that's just
Yeah, you're a good
disgusting.
player.
Yeah.
When they killed her wave clear on the wave clear mid, like
Oh.
they're like, hey, remember the Q used to do damage? Well, that's a distant memory, my friend.
Remember the Q used to have a 2-second shorter cooldown or something like that?
Yeah.
So champ pool wise, like I guess I would say Lysandra's a pretty signature champ for Moon. I've seen him play it quite a bit. Would you say that's true, or is there like another champ that he
Lyssandra's like legit.
prefers?
We play Lysandra because it's just like they don't have any way to deal with this. I guess we have to play Lysandra because it's not a oh we want to play Lysandra. It's just she's stupidly good.
What's the champ that he likes playing? Like that he really enjoys?
He's been tunneling on the Ari recently for
Yeah,
some reason.
I've seen him play RA too. Yeah, on some streams.
Not only that, but he's also is just good power picks in general. If he gets counter pick, he generally has something lined up. So
Like Ari. A good power pick.
And what are 2 champs for Kavira that he enjoys?
Definitely his Vel'Koz and Anivia.
Oh, Anivia. I forgot. Oh, he played Anivia too. It was just all 3 champs last week that I hate playing against.
Anivia. Oh my
He just
god.
plays cancer mid lane mages.
Yeah, his
man.
Anivia is legitimately cancer.
Anivia is not just
he's
his.
so good at it. Like he'll place a wall and you'll just get pissed at the end of it.
So
Oh,
is this
It's
a
a cool
lane?
world champion.
Is this a lane that junglers are coming to, or is this just is? I don't know. I don't know. Will the junglers be ganking these lanes, or are they just leaving this one alone too, like top lane?
I think that these guys are ganking the junglers more than the junglers are ganking them.
Yeah, definitely.
The junglers are just ganking each other, and mid is helping. So this is a leave mid and top alone series, maybe.
I mean, our plan is to have 4 straight 1v1 lanes. Bang's gonna be just sitting in the river crying like he normally does. Kiora's one v
Poor
one.
Bang.
Pain's in the chat. Actually, him and Kiora are
Yeah,
flaming, are
Kiora's-
flaming each other. Yeah, they're bantering.
Kiora's gonna cry in the bot lane because he's having the lane with Bang, and then he's gonna send him out, go somewhere else,
Go help your jungler.
out of the house.
Now Bane's
You
sad.
should leave lane sooner than that, he says.
Well, since we're talking about Bane and Kiora, let's go to ADC and support. We'll do these two together since it is a duo lane.
Now I can tell both these teams. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
I can
you're fine.
tell both teams are team fighting teams because their ADCs and supports have like giga KDAs.
Yeah, exactly. And also good damage.
Yeah.
So for Serenity, we have Kiora and Bane Bus Driver. And then for HTG, we have 2 Tiefweef and Bad 101 Driver. So 2 drivers in the bot lane.
2 drivers.
So I'm curious to know like who is winning the 2v2 without jungle. I want to know. I want to know who's winning 2v2.
They have
Who's
a
jungle?
bad driver, so they're gonna crash.
But we have a weef.
What is
That's what you gotta.
What is a
go on
weef?
top with,
Do I
a
want to
weef.
know what a weave is?
TT.
I could like guess. Kira doesn't. That's true. You don't do lane Kira. You just farm. I would say that is a very. That is your style.
There's a meme on my team where people hold their microphone really close to their face and say laning phase anytime anyone references laning phase.
Laning
It's
phase.
basically laning phase. It's very, very toxic, but I don't know where it came about. I think I drafted them a really early game comp and they got stomped, so
That's not fun.
Well, Joe, you.
like
Sounds like it's something that's gonna happen again.
Well, Joe, you guys played Serenity. How did their bot lane? Is it the classic Kira just farms?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just like what Kira is known for is farming.
Game one, they got bodied. Like, how many
Kiora
times?
and Bang.
Yeah, they got hard bodied in lane. By Dallas and Andy, and then game 2, they bodied because Kira's Varus was sick. And I don't think there was a lane phase in game 3.
There just wasn't laning.
Is there a lane phase with Ezreal? Like, does that count?
I guess it consists of him.
Does that count? Like,
It just
can we
consists
talk
of him
about
eating
Ezreal?
away.
it's like a Sivir lane phase. It's just the other way around.
It's just pressing
You
E.
say that, but Kiora just totally inted his Sivir laning phase.
Ezreal last split was like the most busted champion, and now he's just garbage.
I mean, Kira still plays Ezreal though.
You're still
If it's
gonna.
up, he's
pull it
gonna
off,
pick
though.
it.
Like Kira will pick Ezreal.
I
if
guarantee
you don't
you,
ban
they
it.
will first pick it.
We're not first picking it because we're first picking the Alawi.
Okay,
Right.
well, I mean,
I mean,
I guess that
you
counts.
gotta
it,
listen to
but
the
I gotta write
podcast,
that
too.
down already as just Ezreal because that's the only.
Sivir Ezreal.
Sivir Ezreal.
Those are the only champs he's played more than once.
That might be true, but literally, like he will play anything.
Yeah.
There's not a player on our team where it's like we can legitimately just, you want to play this? Yeah, I can play that. Except
I feel like
except Moon. Moon will Moon segments himself a little bit.
Is
That's
Ezreal
okay.
up? Taking it. Agree. Yes, Kira. 100%.
So, like I said, game 1 they're banning the mid lane Vlad, the bot lane Ezreal, and the Braum, and we're first picking Alawi.
We don't give a shit about Ezreal.
Good.
Okay, well you know he'll pick
That's
it.
a good
so.
answer.
So you just already know he's picking Ezreal if you don't ban it.
My dirty meta slave mind says that that's good that you guys don't give a shit, but it's weird that they like Ezreal. So maybe they're just super OP at it.
I mean,
He's a really good
He's a
Ezreal.
good Ezreal.
He is.
Yeah.
He gets CSing.
And there's 2 moving targets that sometimes give him 5 bonus gold.
True. Well, what does 2 Tiefweef play? What are 2 champs? I don't think I don't know. I mean, I've probably seen him play DC, but I can't remember what some of his picks are.
He played
It's G.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
he's versatile. He likes the Sivir.
Okay. So
and
another Sivir. Maybe try to pick Sivir game.
every ADC likes Sivir these days.
Wait, do they like them or do they just have to play them?
Like with quotation marks.
It's like Forgiven at Worlds like 3 years ago. Like you're just handcuffed to Sivir while your team ints around you.
Hey, some people
Like,
are
don't
into
worry, dude. The 400 CS win condition.
Bad, did you say your ADC plays Trundle? So- he
Wait.
Fedra said he plays Trundle. I don't know if he means his ADC or. Is there
Alright.
is there another pick?
Our bot lane is kind of like a cheese. So
Oh
The
yeah.
bad thing is they're that really bad cheese whiz that tastes
Oh
terrible.
no.
If you guys want to get
Trundle
into some
ADC,
dirty
okay.
Gouda, we can really talk about some really crazy bot strats I've seen.
Just
Well,
watch LCK.
he better play Trundle ADC then tomorrow. If you're saying this in chat.
I mean,
Just
they're
watch
just
LCK for some fun bot lanes.
that scared of BLS's Trundle that they have to
Take it away.
They have to swap a bot. Yeah.
Double ban Jarvan
Wait, and
Sejuani first pick Trundle. What does he do now?
Isn't HGD the team
Got
that also
him.
played Sejuani top?
picks.
Yes.
Tons. So they're just gonna pick Sejuani and Trundle.
There was another team that played Sedge top too. I forget.
There were a couple of teams.
The
yeah.
dirty,
Who was
the
it?
new dirty Gouda in the bot lane is
Oro
Nico
Snacks.
Gragas.
Nico Gragas?
AP Nico, AP Gragas. It's AP support
Yeah.
Gragas.
Ew.
Farm priority Nico. Nico gets all the farm. You land Nico's snare. Gragas E, Gragas Q, Nico Q. ADC dead.
I hate Gragas
Level
bot
4.
lane.
GG.
That champ does too much damage for
I mean, Kyora's just gonna essence flux away.
he's just gonna E away.
Yeah,
Don't get him Ezreal if you want to play Gragas.
Yeah, just-
Nico.
Yeah.
It's
Put
just
him on
such
Sivir.
weird. It's just such crazy setup because like all the spells synergize so well and just deal such good damage, good base damage, good scaling damage.
No, I should try
It's
that.
total cheese, but
Gragas is
Until
fun.
you Gragas ult them out of the pop blossom, and it's over.
True.
oh yeah, then rip.
Well, let's go to support really quick. So, what champs does Bane Bus Driver play? Does he like prefer one type of class of support, or does he play?
Bang does not get to pick his champion.
All right. So what do you?
Every support and competitive dude, holy
what do
shit.
you guys pick for him? What are two champs?
The more depressed Bang is, the better we do.
Is that why he's crying in chat? Is that why he's crying?
He
in
was so
chat?
sad after last week because
So-
he had 3
He's
bets.
like, I don't want to play Tarek. You're playing Tarek.
That's true. I
Bang
was
is
gonna put
going to
Tarek
be
down because he plays Tarek a lot.
Bang wants to play Braum, but he's not going to be allowed to because they're going to ban it first rotation.
He's in the chat just crying. Dude.
All right. Well, I'll put Brock, even though
Goddamn.
there's a rip.
And then
played Braum.
he
Yeah,
was
what
known
about
for his
Brom Lucian?
Tom
Brom
bench for a
Lucian
while.
always is good.
He was playing what?
He was known for his Tom for a while, but he's
Oh,
moved
okay.
away from that.
Yeah.
And now Tarek's a big pick for him, no matter how much he hates it.
I see him play Tarek so much.
Bang,
He's also going to
bang,
be.
I'm just
playing
going to tell
Sona.
you.
Oh, Sona. Okay.
Tom Kench is still busted support. Don't let anyone dissuade you.
I mean,
It's
they still
super
play
good.
it, and I still see it all the time. There's someone support in LCS that just picks it every game, no matter what.
It's
Ole.
Or JJ.
Ole, yeah, it's Ole.
Ole, because he can't win on anything else.
Griffin support plays it too still.
Poor Ole.
It's good. I swear to God, it's good.
Sona TK. It's a real lane.
It is a real lane.
It's not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about now in this patch, but
Sona
Just
Pike.
pick Draven into it and clap the Sona.
it was played the other day. On LCK, I think it was last week, they played Sona TK versus Pike Yumi.
The new changes to Sona should hopefully kill that kind of. That was the whole
Hashtag
plan.
Bane lives
That's
matter.
good, because
Get Sona out of my bot lane,
it
please.
was a pub
Thank you.
stomper.
Put Sona back in the top lane where she belongs.
Oh, mid
Some
lane.
streamer.
Mid lane is where
Here's
she
how that
belongs.
comp got discovered. Some fucking pro player was shirking his solo queue duties, playing fucking ARAMs with e-girls, and just got clapped by an AP Sona and was like, "Holy shit, that's an ADC." That's how that shit happened.
It would not surprise me.
I guarantee
I
it.
mean, it harkens
There's
all the
nothing
way
wrong with playing ARAM with you girls. You just put that
X
out.
Smithy gets destroyed on fucking ARAM because he never plays solo queue and he just runs to double lift like double lift. I'll show you the new hotness. You'll see.
I mean,
Sona.
that sort of a lane actually harkens back to when the support items originally got released, and you're seeing top laners and junglers both
And
take.
everyone
Oh,
picked
God.
him. The whole
Yeah.
game was starting support items. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and
was
you
so
just run
bad.
around, the jungle would just get CS from every single lane every time it's up.
I have fond memories of like spell item Elise and stuff, or like spell item Nidalee.
I mean,
That
I
was busted way back then.
more recently, zero CS Zillion.
I did hear about that.
0 CS Kale
Yeah.
God, that just
Karma.
sounds.
and Karma. I think Kale was the
I
most
mean,
annoying
Kale's a
one.
late game champion. You gotta wait till like level 7 or 8 to get that. Oh wait, we're not talking about team fight tactics. I'm sorry. No, I'm just trolling.
What about Bad 101 Driver? What are 2 supports that he plays?
He plays almost everything, but 100% if you give him a stretch or his Vigar, man,
Ooh,
it kept going.
Vigar. Okay, I better see him play Vigar
Do you guys
support.
also play? So wait, is this the same team that plays
Fresh
Anivia
figure.
and Trundle? Because that would be dirty
This
if you
is
had
the
all
same
the
team.
walls.
Oh
up
yeah, we
in
play
the
Nivea
game.
and Trundle too.
There you go, dude.
Yeah, I want to see the Vigar support.
You gotta go the Trump strat with all the walls.
The Trump strat.
I mean, just play Ornn.
Where's the Talia?
Just kids.
The Talia, it's in the jungle.
Yeah, jungle.
Then where's the Trundle? Oh right, it's AD.
It's
Top
ADC.
lane.
Could be
no,
top
it's
lane.
ADC.
No.
Mooney at Worlds
Trundle.
SKT played top lane Trundle.
Trundle is the support, and Nivea is the AD.
Ooh, that's
Oh no.
an ancient support. People haven't. That's been you're dusting off the scrolls there, dude, for the Trundle
It's
support.
the scroll of truth.
Season 6, I think that was.
Yeah, something like that. I remember Bai would play
That
that
was
a lot.
like 3 years
Smoothie
ago.
played a ton of it.
Well, so let's go to talking about
Okay.
teams. So we'll do this in order so everyone can have their points in. So we'll start with itzg. Just talk about both teams, and maybe you played them before, maybe you haven't. But what do you think is a strength and a weakness for both sides? Team-wise.
I guess for Serenity, since they're like a team, since they like to team fight, that's their strength. Their weaknesses, they don't put any warding, and we're gonna abuse that pretty badly.
What about you guys?
And then for us, like we ward and team fight super well. We ward team fight around our wards, and then I guess weakness is we don't really have one right now.
None at all.
We
Another
have that
way
weakness.
Your vision score is perfect. Everyone has 80 vision score
I
game
mean,
and
they
never
do
dies.
have good visions, but not quite
I
80.
mean-
But good vision scores all around.
No one.
I guess our only weakness
Dragon
is
or
sometimes
Baron.
we like to troll a little bit, but
You
know
guys do
that's
troll.
it.
You guys do troll sometimes.
Evelyn
Yeah.
first pick is
I
your
can agree with
weakness.
it.
Can I tell a story from the actual Risen League
Sure.
real quick? We were playing a match to like really close to playoffs. Like if we won, we were like pretty much guaranteed on tiebreakers to get in. It was like 2 weeks before playoffs. I told them in game 1 that they pub stomped before 20 minutes if they killed the Nexus. I'd let them my guys pick whatever they wanted in game 2. And they won in like 1950. They just crushed the other team. And
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
fuck. I didn't think they'd actually do it. I just wanted to motivate them to like play fast and like play hard. And so then they played like Pike top before it was discovered and like a Nivea support and a bunch of trash and they got stomped. But then when they got stomped in game 2 playing troll stuff, they tilted. And so then we lost game 3 and then ended up not making playoffs.
Oh
So,
no.
Oh
Um,
god.
So never let your players
it was
troll.
never just the coaching lesson was if you make a promise like that, just tell them you lied and then make them pick real things in game 2.
Well,
The lesson is don't let your team pick their champion.
Well, we have a
Yeah.
we have a surprise guest. It's Picador. PK pops into every podcast I run.
Hello.
Hi, PK. And if I ask him for his opinion, he'll just say someone's trash.
Not true. Okay, who are the teams? Who are in
It's
finals?
Serenity versus Howling Gale Gaming, Rampage Premade. Do you know? Let's see. Got Sesso, Ajax. You know Boosted Lee Sin. PK will probably call Boosted Lee Sin trash.
Honestly, Boosted Lee Sin is a smurf. Whoever's team he's on, they win
So
instantly.
Serenity
That's my
wins.
prediction.
Called
And
it.
just like that, PK's gone.
And he's gone. All right, well,
And
we'll
he's
move.
gone,
We'll
yeah.
move to Joe. Joe, what do you think are some
I
strengths
agree
and
with
weaknesses?
PK.
So Serenity just wins because they got boosted.
Better be less wins. I'm not sure. So I don't know enough about watching HGG because like during the season we played. I don't remember if we played both of the sets or only the one set against you guys. But I remember the first one specifically because I spent like 2 hours prepping draft because RMT and HGG were 3-0 going into that game. I'm like, all right, this is going to be an important game. This is probably whoever's going to be first in the league. And you guys show up with 4 of your 5 players, your main players, all off-rolled. And we had to... I think we triple checked with you at lobby that you guys were in the right order because we're just like, wait. What?
You're just ripping up your notebook like,
Literally, my spreadsheet was worthless. Like, 4 out of the 5 people were not in the roles that we expected. and then you guys got rolled. I was really sad because I wanted a better match.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
So their
In
weaknesses,
the finals. Sorry.
it was so great.
their weaknesses they might troll.
Oh my god. Yeah, so they might show up in the wrong order on Friday. Just be ready for that.
Just
Yeah, I
vibe
don't know. Like, I
characters.
feel like they both play really strong. Like it's not lane oriented play for either team. So it's like honestly, whichever team is coming out of ahead of the laning phase winning is probably going to end up losing.
It's
By-
just gonna be reversed.
That's ironic.
Yeah, just
I
because
like
of
that.
the way they
True
play
power logic.
mid late game. That's what I'm gonna say.
I like that.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Take that to heart, please, and just tell your laners to feed.
I mean,
we
game
all-
one happened last week, right? Where you guys were getting smashed early game, and then
I mean, smashed might be an exaggeration.
maybe not. Okay, yeah, and maybe not everybody. Bot lane was getting smashed, then let's say
I mean, Kiora and
Kiora and
Bang
Big were getting smashed.
decided to team,
Like I
and
said,
they're just talking mad
and then they
about how
remembered.
bad Dallas is, and they're like, "Oh wait, we actually have to play." And then
That's-
we said some mean stuff to get Bang depressed so he play better,
Don't be mean to Bang.
but he plays
Bang's
better.
never gonna play Wizard again after this. Well, Sesso, let's go to you. So what do you think are some strengths and
So-
weaknesses for both teams?
So our biggest strength is we don't lose.
Okay, that is a good
Biggest
strength.
weakness is we make things hard on ourselves. But we do that for fun, so we just want to give them a chance.
So both teams are the exact same.
So both teams think they're the best. So we'll know very soon.
I mean, just look at the records.
We played off row every game. What?
I mean,
You heard me.
Look at your team. You guys played every single game. Go look at my players. They play like 6 games in a row. Like, come on, get out of here.
I
well,
mean-
They threw a perfect season playing 4 off roll.
well, Sesso, so
We honestly thought we could win that job. Not gonna lie.
I'm not surprised.
they're like, we got this.
I'm not surprised.
Well, Sesso, what do you think is a strength for HGG, and a weakness? I assume you've
They're
maybe
good at
watched their
dying.
VODs. They're good at dying. Okay, an action. What's like one compliment you give them as a team?
They spend a lot of gold on pink wards, but
Okay. Good
they're
vision.
useless because if they keep getting killed, they don't do anything.
That's a good mix of strength and
Yeah,
weaknesses.
yeah, that is a good mix of strength and weakness.
They can see the enemy team do the dragon when they're all dead. That's
Yes,
good.
they know.
Exactly.
They know what's happening. Okay, so we'll end with you with strengths and weaknesses for both teams.
I haven't VOD reviewed any of these teams,
Mhm.
and I went through the matches and looked at some of these stats that you graciously posted. I think strengths is, conservative, pick your time with HGG. Most of the players kind of tend that way. They're like waiting for the moment in the game to do their stuff. And then S, I don't know how is it just S? I'm sorry. I don't mean to disparage your
It's
team. I'm just-
Serenity.
Serenity, I'm sorry. Serenity, it seems like it's we win early, we group up, we team fight at 15 minutes, we push, get Rift Herald, push the inhib with the Rift Herald kind of strat.
Mhm.
So it depends on champions, it depends on how a lot of stuff goes. There's so many factors to when you have that kind of stylistic clash, like if the wheels don't fall off, HGG is probably in a decent position. But I know for a team like that, like who played TL today? Whoever clapped TL today, just that's exactly the kind of stylistic issue where HGG is kind of like TL in this scenario, and I think it was G2
Fnatic.
is just, or was it Fnatic? Yeah, Fnatic just came out of the gate swinging, and HGG kind of has to get through that period of uncertainty.
Mhm. All right, well, let's move to everyone's favorite part, predictions. So we're just gonna go in this order. So we'll start with Joe. So just say who you think will win, what you think the score will be, and if you want to say why, you can. If not, you don't have to. But we'll start with Joe. What's your prediction? for this best of 5?
3-1 HGG.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I like it.
All right, you're on the
Start-
list.
You're on the int list.
Come on, that wasn't over from last week.
Don't
Damn.
see them in norms.
Wasn't that enough?
All right, it's G. What's your prediction?
After talking to Sesso, I don't think we're gonna troll a game, so we're gonna go 3-0.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Confidence. Now we get to
I'm.
hear. We know what Sess was gonna say, but I want to know. I want to know what he thinks the match score.
It's gonna be 3-0 HGG
That's what I
because we're
figured.
gonna give. No, it's gonna be 3-0. I'm actually. I'll give him one. It's gonna be 3-1 Serenity.
All right. Kiora Bane will have a bad game, and then they'll bounce back.
Bang's gonna go into game 3 like really happy, and then we're gonna lose that game. So I'm just gonna be like, Bang, you suck. Like get him real depressed, and he'll play better, and we'll win.
All right, sneezes. Oh, I gotta delete sub because he never showed up.
I'm gonna go 3-1 Serenity. I think the aggression is gonna bite Serenity in the butt at least one game.
I'm glad somebody at least knows what's going on.
Delete. All right, for me.
Someone has to make it look close.
I'm gonna say 3-2 Serenity, though I do think out of all the finals, this one is probably my favorite. This is one that I'm like really excited to watch because I like enjoyed watching HGG this season. I think after last season when they got kicked out of playoffs pretty early and kind of got memed, like I've really enjoyed watching them get to finals this season and like prove themselves. So I think like I'll say 3-2 Serenity, but I think it could easily go like a 3-2 either way. But I hope it's a 5-game series.
In my mind, when you're predicting a 3-2, it's kind of like 51-49.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, it could go the other way though, because like when it's the 5th game, really anything can happen for like either team. So yeah, I'm hoping it's one of those anything happens sort of series, like anything can happen series, and it's not like a stomp from one side or the other. Well,
So-
thanks. Oh, you can go, Sesso.
Before we end, I got
Yes.
an ultimatum for you. It's G.
Okay, I'm excited.
There we go.
Leave the Malawi Open game 1. No balls.
He left.
Oh, and he leaves.
He
He
just
leaves.
left.
He's just
All right.
dabs and leaves, dude.
Where do you
Damn.
find these guys?
Sesso,
He just
I don't know.
yeeted on you,
Ask
dude.
Kiora
He just
where
he just
found Sesso.
dabbed and then yeeted himself out of the Discord.
I think this is
He's
That's
about
why I'm
Sesso's.
planning on banning Alawi, right?
He's about to get banned from. He's about to get banned from Risen, like Dr. Disrespect got banned from Twitch.
I don't think I've
There's
seen
no way
Sesso
Alawi was a planned
in Risen
ban.
before. I don't know if he's played in here before, but I don't think I've seen his name.
The
He
real
played
OP
on SSG
strat would
earlier
be
in
if
the
he had
season.
no
Oh, he
games on
did,
Malawi
okay.
and was throw away a
He had
ban.
some games on Alawi, I think.
So Bad
Oh,
Driver.
I just closed all of my scouting
Is
shit.
Sesso still? Sesso, if you're still listening, Bad Driver says leave Anivia open. Rampage says if HGC wins, I will donate the money I own from Bane Bus Driver to charity. Wait, are you and Bane Bus Driver have a bet or something? I'm confused. Is there a bet?
That's amazing.
What charity? Does he get to pick the charity?
Yeah, it's gonna go to his toxic community charity. He's-
12-year-olds can't make bets.
Ooh.
He'll donate it to Tyler
I
Winston.
really hope Bane Bus Driver isn't 12 because this just makes me feel even worse when he's crying every game.
He's not 12.
I know.
14. He's a big boy.
Yeah, that's right.
12-year-olds are babies. I'm 14.
I'm 14. All right. Well, thanks for joining, guys. This was fun.
Yeah, had a good time. Thanks for
So,
having me.
Thank you.
as a reminder, this is tomorrow at 8 EST. Joe, do you know who the casters are for this one?
Let me check. I can check.
I like the
right now.
casters from last
Curious.
game.
Who were the
If you
casters
need
from
a
last
guest,
game?
if you need a guest meme lord color caster, hit
I
me
think
up.
it was Skyson and
Oh,
Swift
Skyson,
last
yeah.
week. Right now, I've got Skyson and Switch,
Oh, Switch is good. Okay, so
but I
Skyson.
don't have a confirmation from Skyson yet. So
Okay, well, Switch
we'll
is really
see.
good, so
We will see.
It'll be a good cast either way. All right, well,
Yeah.
thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for joining. Tune in tomorrow at 8 to see who wins.
Wouldn't miss it.
Bye, guys.
Yes.